Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine and I hope you are all having a great week. Luckily we're back from the power outage as I messaged you guys that I'm kind of having a power outage and I'm not going to be able to stream today, but just in time our power is back and so am I. It's gonna be a tough week. I think it's gonna be lots of questions today, especially because of flags and stuff going around and why I didn't wildcard. But this is where I'm at right now, guys, and I'm gonna be making a defensive transfer. I'm just waiting for the news about Luke Shaw. If I can get an early, team news about Luke Shaw, and I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna make the transfer. Hey Light Race, Ahmed, Jackson, Storm Shadow, Moan, Damsky, Cinema Crazy, Todd. It's nice to have you all here, guys. Todd says, hey Wiz, glad the power is back on. It's 4 a.m. in Chicago. That's amazing, Todd. I don't know how you find the energy to kind of, stay awake and kind of join the stream, but I just can't be more thankful. Hope you're fine, Todd. Hey Smelly Web, what's up, my friend? Welcome. So, guys, this week is going to be a tough one, and I'm really this is the week in which our captaincy is going to be the most important out of all the weeks until now this season. The captaincy, we have to nail our captaincy this game week. If we don't nail our captaincy, I think a red arrow is going to beckon definitely. So I'm just thinking, my forwards, my midfielders are all fine, but the defense is just struggling so much. Is Jota and Traore starting, says Mon. I don't think Jota is going to start, to be honest with you, unless Klopp starts all three or four of them together. I see Firmino starting ahead of Jota in this game, so I think Jota is going to come on for a cameo, kind of 30 minutes performance against City. Traore I think is going to start. Geeta says, hey, thoughts on Torres? Already taken a -4 hit to align my defense. Shall I go for a -8 from Torres to Rafinha? Yeah, I think you can. If you don't want to use your wildcard soon, I think getting Rafinha in place of Torres is a good idea, because with Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden coming back, not sure how much Torres is going to play, my friend. Is Christiansen going to start for Chelsea? Cinema, it's hard to kind of say if he's going to start or not, but according to me, I think Christiansen should start, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't. And if he doesn't start, then at least he's not going to come on. But if I had to get one Chelsea defender, it would be Rudiger, not Christiansen. I think Rudiger has a little bit more upside, as in, he takes attacking headers and stuff. Antonio or Ronaldo or Lukaku as a captain. I mean, if I had the option, my friend, I'd say Lukaku seems to be the better option. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, we captained him last week, and you all know what happened there. The first match of the game week, there is a curse, and today is Mahatma Gandhi's birthday as well. So the curse is real, guys. I mean, I don't wanna play the curse today. I'm just gonna go with Antonio, I'd say. Thoughts on using my 2 free transfers, Jota to Saka, Ayling to Rudiger? Yeah, I like those transfers. I mean, playing Saka against Brighton is maybe not ideal. So if you could go for Rafinha, I think that would be better. But I think the players which you are taking out, I think they're fine. Storm says, is it worth taking a hit even though taking a wildcard next week? See, Storm, I think if you're taking a hit for a player who's not even playing, I mean, he's not going to give you any points at all. So that is essentially just makes it a -2 point hit. I don't think there's a big problem with that. So I think you can. Essentially, we try to avoid taking hits before playing a wildcard. But if you're going to take a punt on somebody, I think it's the best time to do it. A player which you'll essentially never kind of get on your wildcard, but you want to get him in for 1 week, I think this is the week to do it. Geeta says, I'm planning for a wildcard in 8, so worrying for a -8. Yeah, I think if you're wildcarding next week, -8 is a bit much, in my opinion, my friend. Derek says, captain option, Antonio or Lukaku? I think Lukaku, my friend. I think, I'm just going with Antonio. The only reason, see, I'm telling you, logically, I know I should go with Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a good captaincy option. Just don't want to captain the early kickoff. I don't want to spend my week sulking. It's just not worth it. Damsky says, I already have Rafinha. That's fine, Damsky. I think then you can go with Saka. I think Saka is a good long-term option too. Mon says, I'm planning to sub Jota to Rafinha, but I'm worried after international break about quarantine policies. That is the problem with Rafinha. I think he's not going to be able to play in game week 8 because of the quarantine regulations and stuff. that is a bit of a concern. And with Jota as well, I mean, he has a game on the 13th, so it's gonna be touch and go for him when he comes back, and he has an early kickoff on Saturday, so you gotta think about that as well. Jayaditya says thoughts on Mount. I am not sure if he's the right option in that midfield. Actually, none of the Chelsea midfielders are appealing. I mean, Kai Havertz would be fine if he played, but the thing is, he doesn't get enough minutes. So I'd say out of Chelsea, it's better to go with maybe somebody like Rudiger, Alonso, and Lukaku. I think that's the best combination. Play Sissoko or Jota this week? Think Jota will play 20 minutes. I mean, yeah, that is true, Skilps, but we're not sure about that. Maybe Klopp can decide to play all four of them, Salah, Mane, Firmino, and Jota. So as long as we're not sure about that, I think it's better to put the best player in the team. I think Jota or Sissoko. I think Jota has more upside. So Storm says you must be happy for Arsenal after winning the derby. I was overjoyed, my friend. I was over the moon. It was a fantastic game to watch, and Arsenal played so well. So yeah, definitely very happy. Aman says, good morning, Wiz. Good morning, Aman. I hope you're fine, bro. I'm going to bring in Rudiger for Trent. Next week, wildcard, bring in Cancelo, Alonso, Livramento, Lukaku, and Saka. Yeah, seems like a good plan, my friend. I mean, I'm just waiting for the Shaw news, and then I'm going to make a decision whether to take out Trent or to take out Shaw. But the thing is, I really want to take out Shaw because, Trent I want to keep long term. Shaw I don't. So technically, I should be taking out Shaw and not Trent. But since you're wildcarding, because the thing is, what I'm thinking is I might want to save my wildcard. For example, this is my team. So let us hope, for example, I take out Shaw for somebody like, let us say Rudiger. Just for an example, right? I take him out for Rudiger. So, next week I can take out Ronaldo for Lukaku. And, with maybe one hit, my team would look pretty much fine, or pretty much the way I look it to be. I could mix and match my team, and I could save my wildcard. But if I feel that it's not working out for me, then I'll probably just hit the wildcard button. So I'm just thinking about many things right now. For this game week, I'm just gonna make one defensive transfer and be done with it. Let's hope Chelsea keeps a clean sheet as I go to defenders. I think they're gonna keep a clean sheet against Southampton. I think they're gonna be very wounded after losing to City and as well as Juventus. So I think they're gonna do well, Chelsea, this game week. Not sure if they're gonna score lots of goals because I haven't seen them click in an attacking sense, but just hoping for the best. Khaled says thoughts on Burnley defense this week. Do you think Azpilicueta is going to start? I think Azpilicueta is pretty much nailed on in the Chelsea team, my friend. I think he is going to start, especially with Reece James out now. I think he is going to start. Burnley defense is fine for this week. They play against Norwich, but long term, not so sure. This is also, Sean Dyche's 400th game in charge of Burnley, so I think they're going to be a special occasion, so not a bad idea to go for that Burnley defense against Norwich today. Matt says, as an Arsenal fan, do you think Emil Smith-Rowe is fairly nailed? I'm wondering whether Saka is worth... I think Saka is worth the extra 1 million over Emil Smith-Rowe. The primary reason I say that is because, Emil Smith-Rowe is going to play, is going to be replaced with Pepe. Saka can play multiple positions. Emil Smith-Rowe, I think, is a bit more restricted in his returns and the way we set up our team. In my opinion, I think Saka is worth extra 1 million over Emil Smith-Rowe. Definitely is. If Pepe comes in the team, I think Saka is not going to be dropped. Saka is just going to move to the other flank, and Emil Smith-Rowe is the one who's going to make way. Either he moves down to the midfield or he has to make way. So that's the thing. Sid says, how are you, my friend? What are your plans? The plan is to... I'm fine, Sid. And the plan is to kind of, just reinforce my defense for this game week and just get through this game week with a green arrow so that I can, I can plan properly. I've got 2 weeks of planning. I didn't want to play my wildcard in a hurried way or, I didn't want to rush my wildcard. It's just a very important, the most important chip in my opinion. And I just wanted to have more time to think about it. Samuel says, should I transfer out Gray for someone like Benrahma -4 hit? I don't think so, my friend. I think Gray's been doing fine. Although I'm not sure if we should expect Everton to kind of, score against United. But I don't think that Brentford is going to be an easy game for West Ham United either. My wildcard team: Ramsdale, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Cancelo, Diaz. So you 2 Chelsea, 2 City. Nice. For some And Emil Smith Rowe, Salah, Rafinha, Jimenez, Vardy, Lukaku, Vardy. My friend, if I was you, I'd just go Jimenez, Tony, and Lukaku, or maybe Jimenez, Armstrong, and Lukaku. You know, I think going Vardy, I'm not so sure. You know, I think these can be used somewhere in a better way. You know, so in my opinion, think about it a little bit, Jayaditya. Pedro says, hi Wiz, what's the deal with benching White versus Liverpool? Surely White has a better fixture. Pedro, I'm not really benching White. If you see, you know, Ayling is not going to play, so White is going to come in anyway. I'm just, you know, kind of increasing my bench points so that, you know, I feel happy later when the subs come in. That's not a big deal. Ayling is not going to play, and if Ayling plays, it's fine then, you know, no worries there. But actually, what I actually do is I can just take out Livermento and place White in here. And then, you know, if Ayling magically starts, I'll still have those points. Jota to Gallagher for a -4. I don't think so, my friend. Jota to Son for a 1 week punt. So if you're wildcarding in game week 8, I think Jota to Son for a 1 week punt is good. I think I would say yes for that, Shopnan. Totally agree, my friend. Excuse me. Akshay says, hey Wiz, I got Rafinha this game. We can totally forgot about the international break next week. Akshay, don't worry about it. See, if you got Rafinha, the thing is he's gonna come back in the international restrictions. Maybe he's not gonna be able to play in game week 8, you know, but if you got him this week, let's hope he gives you multiple returns so that, you know, you can be happy with your purchase and then worry about what's gonna happen afterwards. So good luck with Rafinha. FPLX says, guys, please give a like to the stream. Thank you so much for the shout out, my friend. I am Sully says, hey, it was a tough week for me, got 39 points. It was a weird week, Sully, my friend. I honestly, everybody would have struggled in that game week. You know, I got lucky with Benrahma, and you know, I had a captain blank as well. You know, I just got lucky with Rafinha, Jota scoring, Ismail Assar. He did nothing all game and he scored a goal from a header from a corner. Who expects Ismail Assar to score a header from a corner? So, you know, I just got lucky as well. Sometimes these things happen. Just move on and hope you have a great game week in game week 7, my friend. Shall I take out Trent Alexander-Arnold to Cancelo? I mean, I don't see much upside with Cancelo this game week, Mon. So, you know, if you wanna take a 1 week punt, it's better to take the punt on Alonso. You know, somebody like Alonso or somebody like, you know, somebody who because Cancelo is playing against Liverpool. I think it's gonna be a tough game. Liverpool are flying at the moment, and you know, I expect Liverpool to score against City as well. So if it's a 1 week punt, then no. If it's a long-term decision, then yes. I never posted a link. Tannen, don't worry about it. Sometimes when you put a full stop behind your text, it interprets it as a link. Anyways, let's just ignore that, my friend. Sid says, I have 2 transfers. Jota out for Rafinha. Shaw, Trent out for Rudiger, Alonso. Sid, again, the problem is if we bring in Rafinha now and we get the news that he's not playing in game week 8, I think that's going to be a little bit of a problem, you know. So you need to be aware that if Rafinha goes for international matches, he's going to have to quarantine when he comes back. So we need to be careful about that. Shaw and Trent to Rudiger or Alonso is fine in my opinion. I'd first go for Rudiger and then think about Alonso, you know, especially if you're not wildcarding. FPL Sam says, hello Wiz. Hey Sam, what's up, my friend? Jug says, hey Wiz, is Amarte nailed considering Evans might be injured? Evans, you know, is coming back. Let me see on my just give me a second. I'm gonna check my you know, list which I generally make. Actually, what I'm gonna do is let me see what I've written about Leicester. I did my research about Leicester. I just I don't remember it right now. Just give me a sec. Newcastle, no, Leicester. So I'm expecting Westergaard to start along with Soyuncu and Castagna. Yeah, I didn't put Amarte in the starting according to the research which I did, my friend. So, Tannen, don't worry about it. I'll read your message. Don't worry about it. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Shaw, Ayling, Amarte, Zuma. Oh my God. This is horrendous, my friend. This week there's like flags have been plenty. It's just I don't know what to do. What is your transfer plan when you're going to wildcard? I think I'm going to wildcard either in game week 8 or in game week 14, depending upon how this game week goes for me. The transfer which I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a defender and bring in a Chelsea defender. I'm just waiting for any Shaw updates. Tannen says, what do you think on this team? Sanchez, Alonso, Shaw, Sofal. that's fine. I'd say Benrahma, Greenwood, Rafinha, Salazar. That's good. Antonio Ronaldo. Haven't used any chips yet. 2 free transfers. Also, who to captain? If I was you, I'd again, captaincy is totally a personal matter. If I was you, I'd think about Ronaldo or Antonio. Those are the 2 best options. Even Rafinha has an outside shout if he's completely fit. I'd say that is one thing. And the transfers, I'd say, I don't think there's any pertinent problem in there. Maybe you can move on Shaw for Rudiger. That seems like a decent move, my friend. And roll 1 transfer so that you have 2 transfers after the international break. Matt says if players are double jabbed, they don't have to quarantine. It was announced yesterday, but apparently only 50% of the players are double jabbed. Well, we need an update on that, Matt. Yeah. So if that is the case, I tried to examine this what's going to happen with Rafinha, but I couldn't find a clear indication. I'm not even sure if Rafinha is double jabbed or not, but I think we're going too much deep in this discussion. I'd say, if you want Rafinha and if you can afford benching him in 1 game week, I'd say this game week he has a great fixture against Watford. That is one thing I'd like to say. Faz says, hey Wiz, Alonso and Sarr or Walker and Rafinha? Already have Rudiger. The thing is, Faz, if you bring in Alonso and Sarr, you need to see that Sarr's fixtures are not the best after this game week. Here, let me show you. So if you bring in Sarr, technically he has Leeds now, but then he has Liverpool, Everton, Southampton, Arsenal, United, Leicester, Chelsea, City. The fixtures are like really tough, and you would be looking to move him on sooner rather than later. So I'd say I don't like Walker because I like Rafinha a lot. I don't like Walker that much because I don't think he has much upside. Kyle Walker. I'd prefer maybe Diaz or even Laporte over Walker. Raghav says, hey Wiz, Cap, Antonio or Lukaku. If I had Lukaku, I'd say Lukaku, my friend. Monal says Zaha or Sarr for this game week only. Wildcard in 8. I'd say Sarr. No. I'd say Zaha. The thing is, Zaha is on penalties for Crystal Palace, and they're playing against a Leicester team with a depleted defense. They don't have Evans, and they're gonna have to start Castagna in the back 3, kind of, and they're gonna try to play attacking. So in my opinion, Zaha would be the better punt. If I was you, my friend. By the way, I just need to go and check on Twitter for any Shaw news. I hope somebody gives an update. We need somebody to come through for us in this game week. It's really important. Because I need to make a decision whether to who to get rid of. Sorry guys if I'm not talking. I'm just on Twitter checking any updates. By the way guys, do keep your eyes out for Twitter. Let me know if you get any news. Currently I don't see any news. Solskjaer defend Sancho. No, that's not what I want. Solskjaer can defend Sancho as much as he wants. I need news about Luke Shaw, which I don't think I have. Anyways, back to your comments, guys. Alright. How many comments, guys? I need to catch up. Which accounts do you think are the most reliable on Twitter for team news? I think there's this football intelligence unit. He generally gives reliable team news, and then there's Spy and Cop for Liverpool, and you just have to stay on Twitter. Sometimes the information comes and it gets validated by multiple accounts. So I just usually trust Football Intelligence Unit. Recently he's been giving us good information. Maybe I'll wildcard next week, so even if Rafinha is out, I can replace him. Then go for Rafinha, Sid. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Shaw has a higher chance of playing. Trent and Ayling are definitely out. Rafinha is also playing confirmed. Yeah, Rafinha is fit, I totally agree with you. And Shaw does have a chance of playing. We saw training pics yesterday. My ranking is 715 on the world. Is it good? That's a humble brag, my friend. that is a wonderful rank, and a 3-digit rank is a wonderful place to be, and I hope you keep going and get your best ever rank. What do you think about Thiago Silva over Rudiger? Could use the money to upgrade Dennis to Saint Maxima. Alternatively, I could replace the money to upgrade. The thing is, Thiago Silva is not nailed on, my friend. I think Rudiger and Azpilicueta are nailed on in the back 3. I think Christiansen and Thiago Silva are the ones who are going to rotate a bit. So in my opinion, you should go with Rudiger because he's nailed on. I mean, if you're going for a centre back, make sure he always plays. Aaron says, hey Viz, are you planning to bring in any Chelsea defender? I actually am. I just, I'm thinking about which one to bring in, my friend. I want to take a punt on Alonso, but the thing is, I don't have a bench. So if I know that Shaw is playing, I can actually take a punt on Alonso in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I can bring in Alonso in place of Trent, and then I can just, if Alonso doesn't play, I'll still have Livramento coming in. But if I get Alonso in place of Shaw, then that's going to be a problem if Alonso doesn't play either. So thinking about it. Is it okay to take a -4 to get Lukaku, but I'll captain Antonio? Jugs, who are you replacing to get Lukaku? Are you kind of just tell me which players are you replacing, and then I'll let you know. Shopland says Son or Zaha for 1 week punt. Son, I'd say, my friend. Spurs are playing against. Just give me a sec. Please. All right. So Spurs are gonna play against Aston Villa, which I don't think is an easy fixture by any stretch of imagination. They beat United. They played a great game against Chelsea. Zaha plays against Leicester. It's bit touch and go, my friends. Hard to kind of say which one to go for. Zaha has more upside because he's on penalties as well. If I had to take a 1 week punt, I'd say just go with Zaha. Just take a shot. Just take a punt on Zaha. Maybe it'll work for you, bro. In defense, I have Duffy, Semedo, and Tierney. Hope all three are starting. I heard news about Semedo. I think he had a bit of a knock or something like that. Duffy, I think, and Tierney is going to start. The only doubt, I think, could be Semedo. Himayu says, should I bring in Lukaku for Ronaldo? I have transfer, no wildcard. Yeah, if you want to. I think if you want to bring in Lukaku for Ronaldo, this is a good week to do it. If you want to play Ronaldo against Everton and do it next week, that should be fine as well. There is no right or wrong here, Himayu. I think that's a move which you can do. I mean, you could go for Lukaku this week. I think that'll give you more upside. If we don't get news about Shaw, I might go riot with the team. I'm waiting for the news, FPL Sam. Honestly, my friend, we need this news today. Luke Shaw is with this squad to face Everton. I don't know. This is yesterday's news. This ain't new. Sorry if I'm just checking Twitter. No news until now. I'd say no news is good news, hopefully. Anyways, Ajay, Buckshot says, hi Wiz, which would you captain, Vardy, Jimenez or Lukaku? I'm tempted to say Lukaku, my friend. I think Crystal Palace are a better team. They're getting better. Jimenez, has the best fixture out of all of them, but he's just scored 1 goal. He was looking pretty good against Southampton, but I'd say Lukaku is the safer option to go for. Ajay says, hey, is it a good idea to get rid of Jota for Rafinha? Ajay, what about your wildcard? When are you going to use your wildcard? It says, bro, I need to use it. No updates on Shaw as of now. If I have any update, you guys will be the first to find out, so don't worry about that. I'll give you the updates as whenever possible. I'll replace Rondon with Lukaku. I think that's a good move, Jugs. Sell or hold Trent. If you can hold Trent, I think it's better to hold. I think he's going to be back after the international break. So Trent is a player which you want, right? For example, when you come after the international break, Trent is going to be playing Watford. And, it's going to be a crazy fear of missing out if you don't own Trent in this game. So in my opinion, if you can hold Trent, I think that's going to be the best way. Arsh says Vardy and Gallagher, Mbumo versus Jimenez and Grealish on wildcard. Jimenez and Grealish seems like a more solid option, in my opinion, my friend. You could go with Vardy and Gallagher as well if you want to, or Mbumo. I think that is fine, but I think Jimenez and Grealish have more upside, especially with City's fixtures turning. Is Martial the best 4.7 million option? Already have Livramento and Tsimikas. I don't think Martial is the best but the thing about Martial is he had a really bad game against Southampton, and if you kind of talk to Wolves fans, they're thinking that Bruno Lage might go with 8 Nori soon. So not sure about Martial anymore, my friend. Bipin says 2 from Saka, Gallagher or Dukuro for wildcard. Saka and Gallagher. Everton's fixtures are becoming tough now. Alonso or Rudiger. If you're going to get only one Chelsea defender, then Rudiger. Should I bring in Espilicueta or Alonso and wildcard along with Rudiger? If you're going with 2 Chelsea defenders, I'd say Alonso and Rudiger. Ajay says, I already used my wildcard in game week 4, and after the wildcard, my team became a disaster. What a funny story it is. It always happens, my friend. I remember the last season it happened to me as well. I wildcarded in game week 14 to bring in the Spurs players for the double game week, and both their games got called off due to COVID. It was horrendous. I totally sympathize with you, my friend. But these things happen. You just need to move on, and Foden or Grealish on wildcard? I'd say Grealish, more nailed on. Foden, I'm not so sure. Faz says, should I sell Sanchez? If yes, who to bring? I wouldn't waste my transfer on a goalkeeper. If you really, want to bring in a goalkeeper, I think you should do it on your wildcard whenever you wildcard, Faz. Nishchel says, why are you holding Trent if plan is to wildcard in game week 8? The thing is, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to use my wildcard, and that is the thing. Hang on, let me see. Let me see if I can get any updates about Shaw. Nothing until now. Anyways, back to your comments. Ajay says wildcarded in game week 5, so need to get rid of Jota, but it's for a -4 hit. I'd say Rafinha is worth a -4. The only thing I'm concerned about Rafinha is that if he comes back from international break in game week 8 and he maybe is not allowed to play, or he's quarantined or something like that, and then you'll be struggling, my friend. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Viz, should I take a -4 to get Rudiger, Zaha and Lukaku for Ronaldo, Jota and Ayling? Why not? That looks like a good move to me for a -4, Aaron. Totally does. Benrahma replacements under 7.5 got Sar and Rafinha. That's interesting. I mean, to be honest with you, you could give an outside shout to somebody like Bernardo Silva. Their fixtures are gonna turn pretty soon. Maybe not in this game week, but game week after this, Manchester City's fixtures are gonna be good. So under 7.5, there's not many good replacements. I mean, either you could just go downwards, get somebody like Mbumo or maybe Saka, or you could get somebody like Bernardo Silva for 6.9. I think that could be a good option. Hey Peter, my friend, how are you? How's it going? And what are your transfer plans? And captain? We're struggling here trying to find out news about Luke Shaw, and I currently am refreshing my Twitter like crazy, and I don't see any. If I don't see any information about Luke Shaw within the next 10 minutes, I'm just gonna make my transfer and be done with it. It's gonna take out Trent. I hope. You think Burnley are keeping a clean sheet? I think Burnley are keeping a clean sheet this week, yes, because it's an occasion. Sean Dyche's 400th game in charge of Burnley, and they're playing Norwich, who are toothless at the moment. So I'd say yes. What good would it do to my team if I don't wildcard in game week 8 and do it on game week 15? See, if you want to target the Chelsea team fixtures and the Manchester City fixtures, you have to wildcard in game week 8. If you want to target the Manchester United fixture swing, then you have to kind of wildcard in game week 14. It all depends upon which team you want to target and what is your long-term strategy, my friend. Namrit says, who to remove, Shaw or Dean? I think eventually both of them are gonna have to go. I think if Shaw starts this game week, he has a better chance of returns as compared to Dean, who's not looked his own self for the past few game weeks. So I'd say remove Dean and keep Shaw for this game week. That would be my opinion on that. Guys, do please keep checking Twitter. All I see is messages, need that Luke Shaw news, need that Manchester United news. Everybody's waiting for the news, but I'm not even sure if that news is going to come today, guys. Anyways, George says West Ham and Man City also have positive swings around 14. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it all depends upon whether you want to go for Chelsea or United swing, and that is for you to decide which swing you want to target. I think there's no right or wrong in using your wildcard. Just use it when you feel that the team which you want and the team which you currently have are very different. So that is one way to look at it. I'm going -4 to sub off Semedo to Rudiger. Is it satisfying? I mean, Semedo has a great fixture this game week, my friend. Semedo has a great fixture, and I'm not even sure if you should remove Semedo this game week, unless he's unfit, that is, you know. Semedo has a good fixture. Aaron says, who do you think would be the best replacement for Jota? I already have Salah, Rafinha and Sarr. There is no like for likes, unfortunately, my friend, you know. I don't even want to tell you to bring in Benrahma because, you know, his fixtures are turning a bit. Other than that, don't see too many options in there. I don't see too many options in there, honestly. Who would you go for? You could kind of get Saka, but he has a difficult fixture against Brighton too. So, you know, it's touch and go, my friend. There's not many good options left in that price range who have good fixtures. I am wildcarding who to replace Sanchez with. Are you wildcarding? Replace him. You could think about Raya, the Brentford goalkeeper. You could think about Aaron Ramsdale, the Arsenal goalkeeper. I really like the look of them. I mean, you could even think about Gaeta. These are the three I would really consider if I was on wildcard right now. Quickly give us the Luke Shaw news. Again, back on Twitter. No news. Come on, guys. We really need this. Alright, back again. Oh, I'm talking like troops, ain't I? Fast says I'm wildcarding. Alright, I'll answer that. So basically, guys, the thing is, if all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to save my wildcard, you know? I'm trying to save my wildcard here. Let me go to my transfer page to show you. So if I can save my wildcard, that would be good. If not, then the next week, you know, I'm just gonna have to pull my trigger. For example, if Luke Shaw is starting, I could just replace Trent Alexander-Arnold because I'm losing no value on him. I bought him at 7.5 and he's currently at 7.5. I can easily bring him back on my wildcard. So, you know, I could take a punt on somebody like Alonso. That could be one, you know. I could, you know, or I could take out, even if I want to keep Trent, I could take out Ayling and take a punt on somebody like Semedo. You know, they play against Newcastle, and you know this could be an upside transfer as well. So, and Semedo I think is due a return. He's been getting into attacking positions without any returns up till now. Davis, Trent Alexander-Arnold to Lowton or Azpilicueta for a hit. Already have Rudiger. I'd say, you know, the thing about getting Azpilicueta and Rudiger together is a bit boring in my opinion, my friend. But if you want to go that route, I'd say it's fine, you know. Lowton, I think, is you're playing more for this week against Norwich. Azpilicueta is more a long-term move. Sanchez to Ramsdale. I think Ramsdale is good, yes. Aaron says, who would you pick between Saka and Zaha? I'd say Zaha, you know. He's on penalties, and I think with Olise coming back soon, Eze coming back, and you know, Odson Edouard, I think the Crystal Palace team is going to improve. Technically, I'd say Zaha has more upside than Saka. Oof. Come on, guys, give us some news here. Solskjaer says the impact he's had since coming back on. Come on, guys, I don't need Solskjaer's comments about Ronaldo. Anyways, thoughts on Ronaldo and Lukaku next week. That's good. Ronaldo and Lukaku are good in my opinion. I think Ronaldo is a bit overpriced if he's not going to be on penalties. 12.6 is a bit much for me, you know. So if I wildcard, I'm just going to take out Ronaldo and going to keep Lukaku in the team. Ronaldo, I think, is if he's not going to be on penalties, 12.6 is a bit much for Ronaldo for us to pay. So FPL sum, we've got 15 minutes to deadline, so if you got any moves to make or any information to collect, I'd say you could do it, bro. Alright, just again gonna go and check because I need to plan my transfer. Guys, which one do you think I should bring in? Should I bring in Alonso for the upside? So if I'm gonna wildcard in game week, you know, if I'm gonna wildcard in game week 8, it would be good to chase the upside a bit with Alonso, wouldn't it be? No? Maybe play Alonso here against Southampton and just keep him in the team. Which one do you think is going to be the best transfer? Joseph says, Jay says, hi, I've got 1.3 in the bank. Whom should I bring in for Shaw Dean? If you want to replace Dean, I'd say Alonso could be Alonso could be the right move. Depends on which Chelsea defenders you have. If you want a stable player from the Chelsea team, go for Rudiger. If you want to go for an explosive pick and maybe you're wildcarding soon, I'd say Alonso. But remember, you need to have bench strength if you want to get in Alonso, because I'm not even sure if he's actually gonna play. You know, although he was taken off at half time, my man odds on FPL has, come on guys, it's just 15 minutes to go. I don't know guys, I'm not even sure if we're gonna get this news today, you know. Sometimes just leads to panic at the last moment. Don't want to panic. I don't know, no news until now. But do keep your eyes out on Twitter. If you get any news, do let me know. I might miss some news because I'm answering questions on the stream as well. So guys, you know, just I'd say 5 minutes more, then let's make this transfer. Let's make this happen. I could really, I see the upside with Semedo as well. I could actually go for Semedo as well. You know, just replace Ayling and keep Trent and save my wildcard. Because what I could do is, you know, replace Ayling with Semedo, play Semedo now, and then next week just bring in Lukaku in place of Ronaldo. But I think in the end I'm gonna have to wildcard, so you know, in the end it doesn't make any difference. I could actually bring in Alonso for Ayling as well, but that just takes away all my bench balance, you know, like bank balance. Don't want to do that. Jay says captain Antonio or Salah. Salah I don't think is a good captaincy option. I mean, against City is a tough game, right? So in my opinion, Antonio or Ronaldo should be your best bet. Sanjay says Hivers need help. We'll do wildcard next week for 1 week punt. Trent to Azpilicueta or Jota to Rafinha. I'd say Jota to Rafinha should be a punt. If you want to take a punt on an attacking player, bro. Rahul says what to do with Shaw and Sofal. Have Cash and Williams on the bench. I think you're fine, my friend. If they don't play, Shaw and Sofal, if they miss out, I think you have enough bench cover, bro. Ryan says, do you reckon Dyer is alright or take a hit and transfer him for Ben White? I think it's a very sideways move, you know. Ben White is not going to give you many attacking returns at all. I'd reckon, you know, if you have enough bench strength, I don't think you need to make this move, in my opinion. Anybody? Come on, guys. Tag me and give me the United news which we all, you know, want. Alright. No news until now. I don't know. Let's see. Sorry guys if I'm not answering your questions if you're writing something, but I'm trying to scourge the Twitter for any news which I can give to you about Luke Shaw, and I need to kind of fix my own team as well, so that is something which I have to do. Alright, quickly. Sorry guys, just give me 1 minute and I'm gonna come and make my transfer. Oof, I don't know what to make of this. Because we're not getting any news. Cost me. Shaw is fine if that's what you mean. Confirmed as in the squad. What do you mean? No. No, guys. I don't think we're gonna get any news. People are just, you know, goofing about, not giving us any news, and I have to answer questions. Aaron says, bye, have a great weekend. You're welcome, Aaron. And you have a great weekend as well, and you have a great game week too. So, guys, I think it's what, like, we've got 2 more minutes to wait for the news, and then we have to make our transfers. I'm gonna have to. I'm thinking to go safe this week. I think I'm gonna go with Rudiger because, you know, I don't wanna take a risk and bring in Alonso and then he doesn't start. I don't know. Let's see what we can make of that. Which one do you think I should go for, Alonso or Rudiger? Are you using a wildcard this week, says Lee. No, Lee. If you look at my team, that doesn't look like a wildcard team at all, bro. I'm gonna use my wildcard in 8, hopefully. If this week goes well, then I might reconsider, but I have an apprehension that this week is not going to go too well for me, so I'm possibly going to have to wildcard in 8, fight some fires and just target the fixture swing of Chelsea. Best cheap midfielder. Cheap midfielder, as in if you mean 5.5, I'd say Mbumo and Gallagher look really good to me. Even Doucouré was good, but the fixtures are not that good. So I'd say you should think about Gallagher or Mbumo. Those are the ones I like. All right, final check on Twitter before I lock my own team. No. Alright, guys. No news about Shaw today, I guess. If the news comes later after I lock my team, I'll just consider myself to be unlucky. But, I think it's better to just lock and load and zen, as Smelly Web always says. Rudiger, Alonso. I don't think Tsimikas will play, no. So, we're... Sofal, I'm not so sure. He missed the game in the Europa League. I'm not sure if Sofal is fit. But so Sofal is a bit touch and go, but if you have Sofal, just put him in the team and hope. Against Brentford, it's going to be a tough game anyway, bro. Alright, guys, so that is it. Scoring Twitter and getting no news. You just never know with Ole. I don't know. Alright, let's just make the transfers and be done with it. I don't think that we should be waiting any longer. So guys, I'd say Trent needs to go. And I need to bring in a defender. Alonso or Rudiger. See, if I bring in Alonso, I have... Let's say I bring in Alonso and he doesn't start. And I had Shaw and Livramento is essentially just a 2-pointer. I'd say Rudiger is the more safe option, and Alonso is a bit more explosive. That's all I say. Saka, Greenwood, Jota, Salah and Traore. I like that, my friend. Jay says short starts. I don't know, my friend. I couldn't find any news. I tried my best. Greenwood to Sarr and Dennis to Jimenez. I don't know about Greenwood to Sarr, my friend. Greenwood is... The thing about Greenwood is I would want to transfer Greenwood out, but I'm not sure whether I would want to get Sarr, because their fixtures are becoming really tough as well. So be careful, about that. I guess I'll just have to go through with this transfer. I don't know what else can be done, or how long we can wait for this news, which is not forthcoming. Bro, show us your final team, he says, King Kong. I think you should sell Shaw with Trent. Trent will be back last week, and selling Trent commits you to a wildcard 8. I know what you mean, my friend. I totally understand what you mean, The thing is, I like Shaw's fixture against Everton, and essentially, I might as well wildcard in game week 8, because I think I don't like the structure of my team. I have to get rid of Sarr. I need to get back to a 3-4-3, I'd say. But I like your point. I like your point, George. I totally buy your point about getting Trent back. If I sell Trent, I'm committing for an early wildcard. I totally buy your point. Who is your cap? Thinking about Antonio at the moment, or essentially it has been on Ronaldo all weekend, but thinking about not about captaining the early kickoff once again, and facing the pain again, I'd say. But currently it's on Ronaldo. For anybody asking, it's on Ronaldo at the moment. Alright guys, so no news. To keep you in the loop, I haven't gotten the team news yet. I've only told that Ronaldo may not play the 90 minutes. I don't know. Now you see, these are the stupid rumors which are coming. Alright guys, let's confirm the transfers. Let's not wait. So, alright. So we've got White, Rudiger and Livramento. Rudiger, it has to be Rudiger, right? I'm always the conservative. In the end, I always go for the conservative pick in Rudiger. Alright guys, here goes nothing. Bye-bye Trent, and I'll see you soon. I'll just love you too much to kind of keep you out of my team for a long time, but sometimes these things have to be done. Alright, let's put Rudiger in the team, Shaw and Ben White, right? That is essentially what my team is gonna be. Now the captaincy currently is on Antonio. Yes, Sarr could score against Liverpool, but you know, it's just the Watford haven't looked good. I mean, even the goal that he scored, Ismaila Sarr, wasn't good. Anyways, I'm not gonna captain the early kickoff. If Ronaldo scores a hat-trick today, so be it. I mean, I captained him last game week, didn't work out for me. The very first game, and then I end up sulking for the entire weekend. Not good for my mental health, and neither for the, you know, for the weekend as well. I'm gonna go captain Antonio. Let's see what happens. I mean, Antonio hasn't been in good form, the highest goal scorer in the Premier League. You know, he scored 5 goals and 4 assists, and we're still scared to captain him. I think one of the reasons for this is that Antonio is not 10 million. If Antonio was 10 million, everybody would be so comfortable in captaining Antonio. So guys, I'm gonna go for a bit of if you can call it a differential captain. You know, because everybody's technically just captaining Ronaldo, and I'm thinking about going with Antonio now. Let's see. So this is supposed to be my team now, guys, and I'm not gonna change it for anything that happens. You know, so I've got Benrahma, I've got Antonio against Brentford, Rudiger I brought in. Hopefully Shaw starts. If he doesn't start, I've got enough cover on the bench in terms of Livramento. George says also captaining Antonio over Ronaldo. Alright George, that's good. Hope for the best. This game week I'm not confident about my team, and usually when I'm not confident about my team, it ends well. And when I'm overconfident, it always ends in tears. So I'm hoping it's the reverse jinx which works. Sid says capt Ronnie. Of course he is the most captain, like the most captain. He's gonna be the most you know, good captain choice, or the most popular captain choice for this game week. I just don't want to go with Ronaldo. The first game of the game week, you know, it's Gandhi's birthday today. Have you seen that? Have you seen that message in which Gandhi says never back the early kickoff? And it's Gandhi's birthday today. Mahatma Gandhi, you know, you have to respect Gandhi in the end. Anyways, Alonso is available. He got subbed off at halftime, you know, against Juventus. He is available. Sofal start. I don't know about Sofal. Hang on. Let me check my list for you. Just give me 1 second and I'll tell you whether whether I've written whether Sofal starts or not. Actually, I'll just give me a second. Sorry guys, I'm just checking for a friend here whether I think Sofal starts or not. Come on, quickly. West Ham. Just give me a second, I'll answer your question. Definitely leaning on the reverse jinx, says Sully. Yeah, my friend, we have to do these things sometimes, you know. Lukaku captain or Ronaldo? I mean, Thomas, if you have both, I'd say you won't go wrong captaining anyone. If I had the option, I'd captain Lukaku out of those two. If I had the option, I'm saying I won't ever. Yeah, I've written I expect Sofal to start for all that counts. I've done my research and written that Sofal starts. So yeah. Shopman says, who is your cap? My captain is Antonio, my friend. Antonio. Actually, you know what? Let's take this one step further. Let's not even vice captain Ronaldo. Let's vice captain Salah or Rafinha. Actually, let's vice captain Rafinha. Let's take this up a notch. No premium players for captaincy or vice captaincy today. Let's go with you know, non-premium captain and a non-premium vice captain, and let's hope that the budget trolley dash helps us. Lightra says rumors are Shaw's out. Well, if Shaw's out, I've got cover in Livramento. There's nothing which can be done about it. You know, although I'd love putting the players in their right positions. I would like to put White in centre back, Shaw on the left, Rudiger is fine on the right. But anyways, this looks fine. Alonso start or not? I don't know, my friend. I think Alonso should be fine. I can't confirm whether he starts or not, but I think he is going to start, Azpilicueta or Alonso for a second Chelsea defender. By the way, lock your teams, guys. Go and lock your teams. I'm repeating again, go and lock your teams. I'm going to refresh my team here for everybody to see. Lock your teams. Now is not the time to ask me questions. Please, I've answered all of your questions. Go and lock your teams. Azpilicueta, second Chelsea defender, Alonso. Always Alonso. I don't think Tsimikas will play. Raghav says Hives, Shaw and Cristiano out and Alonso and Lukaku in with the -4 hit. Oh my god, Raghav, this is such a late question, bro. The deadline is past. Dang. The Smelly Web says time for Zen. It is really time for Zen. It has been a frenetic deadline stream. In the morning, I went and, I played a beautiful game of badminton today, and I with my friends, and I was so tired. And then I was back home. I took a nice shower, and I was like, all right, there's gonna be no stream today because there's no power. And 5 minutes before the deadline stream starts, the power came back, and I was like, all right, I have to do the stream now. Light Ray says time. Shopman says thanks for the stream. Hope we get a green arrow. This game week is very important to get a green arrow because there's two things which is going to happen. You're going into the international break 2 weeks, and you need to be positive. We all need to be jubbly bubbly about the international break. We need to be happy, right? So Smelly Wap says thanks for another great stream. Thank you so much, Smelly Wap, for being here and supporting always, my friend. I just can't tell you how much thankful I am for your support always. I knew this deadline stream would be intense. Actually, it was, for me, it was like a flip of a coin. Either there would be an intense deadline stream or there would be no stream because I had a power outage. But 5 minutes before my stream started, the power came back, and I was like, all right, let's get back to work. So I made it happen, the stream. I was pretty tired. Let's do the quick predictions that we just do every time, I think, and then let's call it a day for today. I think it's been a healthy stream today, and let's finish it on a happy note as well, and a differential captain to go with that. Hopefully Antonio bangs. So guys, the first game, Manchester United versus Everton, in which I have not captained Ronaldo. Considering that thanks, Wiz. Let's get these points here, Sully. Sure, my friend. Absolutely. We're gonna get those points, and they're required as well. FPL Jack, don't worry about it, my friend. We can't do anything now. The parameters are out of our control. We did what we could. We did our due diligence, but we could not get any news about Luke Shaw and all those in the nose ITKs. Nothing happens. Nobody tells us anything. Alrighty. So I've done a captain switch to Rafinha, somebody says. Seeing 2 tweets saying that Ronaldo was benched. Whoa. Ronaldo benched. Alright. Do whatever you want to do, guys. I don't know. Let's see the team news. Anyways, let's get back to the predictions. I don't want to be reading tweets on the stream. So the prediction is interesting. Before I look at your predictions, I'll give you my prediction on this one. I'd say United win this game 2-1. I expect United to concede. So Light Rays says 2-1. Todd says 2-0. That's interesting. I hope Shaw starts and gets a clean sheet finally before I can kick him out of my team. Jug says 2-2. Interesting. I don't even know who's going to score for Everton, my friend. Demarai Gray, Rondon. Who is going to score for them? They don't have much firepower. Maybe Doucouré can score a screamer or something like that. 2-1 says George Lyle. So technically, most of us are predicting a United win except FPL Jug, and I think that's how it's going to go. Ronaldo's going to be on a high after scoring that late goal. Not sure who's going to be on penalties today, so let's see what happens. FPL Jug says Rondon after he transferred him out for Lukaku. Yeah, I understand your fear of missing out. Totally do. Burnley versus Norwich. I think this is going to be a standard 2-0 victory to Burnley. I think Sean Dyche's 400th game for in charge of Burnley. I think the players are going to be pumped up, and they're going to be looking to, treat Sean Dyche to a victory in this game. 2-0 to Burnley, in my opinion, is going to happen here. 1-0 to Burnley, says George. That is quite possible, the way Burnley have been playing. I'm thinking of captaining Ozil again. As long as you don't play the Turkish Fantasy League, my friend, you're not going to have a chance to captain Ozil. I did transfer out to Rondon and got Rudiger for armor. You didn't. Alright. That's interesting. Well, I hope for you, my friend, that Rondon does well. You took a punt on him, and I hope it works out. Jugs, totally do. 2-0 to Burnley, says Light. Todd says 1-1 to Burnley. I mean, what happens, Todd? Do you still have Pookie? I saw your message yesterday. You were asking me you want to remove Pookie for Antonio. So either it's the fear of missing out because you transferred out Pookie, or it's the enthusiast in you, thinking positive that Pookie is going to score. One or the other. It has to be something. Anyways, I expect Burnley to win this game. I think they've been good. They've just not been getting the results, Burnley. So let's hope for the best. The next one, guys, is Chelsea versus Southampton. I think it's going to be a 2-0 victory to Chelsea. I don't see them scoring 3, 4, 5 goals at the moment. I think Chelsea's creativity needs to improve for that. If Chelsea have to score more than a couple of goals, I see Lukaku getting 1 goal, maybe 1 assist or something like that. So that's what I think is going to happen in this game. I think 2-0 to Chelsea is what's going to happen here. 1-0 to Burnley, says FPL Jug, and 1-0 to Chelsea. So you expect Chelsea to score just 1 goal. I mean, Southampton are a bit of a crazy team, right? They lost at home to Wolves, and they drew away to Manchester City. So it's hard to predict them at the moment. So, but in my opinion, Chelsea are too strong. Chelsea, because you can defend against Manchester City because they don't have a focal point and a striker who can bully your defenders. I think Lukaku is going to bully them. Chelsea lost to Southampton. I know, man, but that they had Danny Ings, and they lost their talisman. He was their talisman. I think there's lots of 2-0s to Chelsea. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And I just brought in Rudiger, so that's going to be good news for me as well. Leeds versus Watford. This is going to be interesting to predict, guys. Leeds don't have Ayling. They have a couple of fit centre backs now. I was hoping they didn't, so that Ismail Assar could run riot against them, but presumably they have a couple of fit centre backs for this game. So I'm expecting Leeds to win this game 3-0 technically, but I'm saying 3-1 because I want Sarr to score, and I expect Watford are going to do something in this game. 3-1, I'd say Leeds would be my call in this game. FPL Jack says 3-1 to Leeds, so that's exactly the same. 2-2 says George. Lightray says 2-2 as well. Todd says Leeds 2-1. I'd be interested to know, who do you think is going to score for Watford? If you watch their games, they look toothless. Watford, Ismail Assar, the goal he scored was such an uncharacteristic, kind of a goal from a corner. He scored a header from a corner off a rebound or something like that. Sarr never scores those kinds of goals, and he actually missed 1 goal which he should have scored. So 2-1 to Leeds, says Todd. 2-0 says FPL Sam. So I mean, a couple of 2-2s are interesting. You expect Leeds have a lot of injuries. Yes, Bamford is not here. Totally give you that. But I think Rodrigo can cover for that, especially against Watford. They are not the most high intensity, high pressing team. Sarr will score again. Well, I'll be a happy visit then, Todd. I'd love Sarr to score. I'd be a happy visit. No sulking for the weekend, especially since I've not... See, last week I captained Ronaldo in the first game, and I was sulking because my captain had blanked. And now, if Ronaldo scores a hat-trick, and I'll sulk that I've not captained him. So either ways, you can't win with Ronaldo. Well, let's hope for the best. Moving on. Wolves versus Newcastle. This is interesting. I would love to know whether you think Wolves are going to concede to an Alan St. Maxima goal or not. Like, what do you think is going to happen in this game? I'll give you my prediction after I see your predictions here. By the way, why is the chat not getting updated on the screen? Let me just try and fix it. Meanwhile, I'll wait for your predictions. There you go. 3-2 Jimenez hat-trick. No, this is gonna be a disaster if Jimenez scores a hat-trick. 1-1 says FPL Jug. George says 1-1 as well. Wolves 1, Newcastle 2. Interesting. Todd says 1-1. Buckshot says 3-0 to Wolves. That is interesting, guys. I mean, so if Wolves scored 3, I expect Jimenez and Traore to be among the goals. Maybe Semedo's finally gonna justify his XG and XA and penalty box touches and whatnot, you know. But I don't know. I expect Wolves to beat Newcastle. The way they've been playing, they've been alright. So let's hope for the best. Reece James is they haven't given any like a date on his return, but they think that he could be back after the international break. That's all I know. Let's see what happens there. Light Ray says 2-1 to Wolves. Interesting. So most of us expect Wolves to win here, except FPL Sam and George and FPL Jug, who think that they're gonna draw. Alrighty, guys. I expect Wolves to win this game 2-1. I expect Alan Saint Maxima Magic to help them score 1 goal, because he's been on fire. He's been doing well. But I think Wolves are going to be too strong for Newcastle, especially if Traore plays. I think he can wreak havoc on their defense. Wreak havoc on their defense and then kick the ball out after beating all the players, including the goalkeeper. That's the kind of player he is. Brighton versus Arsenal. Be kind to me in this one, guys, please. FPL Jack says Discord voice chat. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing a Discord voice chat during this game week, Jugs. But for today, I'm pretty tired already. But I'm gonna try. Guys, if you haven't joined our Discord server, please do consider joining it. I'm starting to become more active on there as well. I'm gonna be partaking in voice chats in which you can actually chat with me, and if we can build a good voice chatting community, I can actually route that Discord voice chat to my YouTube channel as well, so that we can actually have kind of a dialogue on my streams. So we can make that a regular feature if you join my Discord and be regular over there, and we can have a good voice chat. Gunners 2-0. Thank you so much, Todd. Light Race 2-1 Arsenal. 3-1 Arsenal. Interesting. Guys, Brighton were supposed to be top of the league if they actually beat Crystal Palace. They're not an easy team. I think you're underestimating them. 0-0 says George. FPL Sam says 0-0. Buckshot says Arsenal will win 3-0 and Tierney assist. Interesting. Guys, Jayaditya says 2-0 Arsenal. Obama who? Obama what? Obama blood clot yank. Troops is funny, yeah, my friend. But the thing is, I'd say, you're underestimating Brighton. You're totally. They could have gone top of the league, guys. I'd say Arsenal have been in decent form, but the teams they've beaten are like Norwich, Burnley, Spurs. All of those teams are out of form. Brighton are not out of form by any stretch of imagination. Although they should have lost to Palace, I give you that. I'd say 2-2 or 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm just being optimistic. 2-1 to Arsenal. Let's go with an Arsenal win. 2-1 to Arsenal, right? Alright, let's quickly call these Sunday games, and then let's wrap up the stream here. Crystal Palace versus Leicester. This is going to be interesting. I would love your prediction on this one. Brighton were the XG kings. But they're justifying their XG. They're justifying their XG now. What? Lingard is starting? FPL Sam says looks like Lingard is starting. That is, I don't know if that's a good news, guys. Let me go on to Twitter and see if I can give you some updates now as to the deadline is passed. Come on, guys, tell me where do you get this news from, bro? I can't. I don't see any updates as to who is starting. I don't see it. Anyways, we'll get the United team news anyway in about a couple of in about 10 minutes. So let's. Anyways, let's get to the predictions, guys. Let's not dawdle too long on this. 2-1 to Leicester, says Jaditya. Todd says Palace 1-1. Interesting. 2-0 to the Foxes, says Jugs. 2-1 to Palace. So interesting. Rockstar hasn't said anything. Yeah, I'm waiting for Rockstar to give us an update. Difficult to predict this one. 2-1 to Leicester. Yep. I mean, Leicester have been doing well, but they just haven't been scoring enough goals. Chinteshwar says, I have Gaita, so hope they keep a clean sheet. Yep. It's hard. I don't think that game has a clean sheet in it. I think both teams have got some players which can actually score some goals, especially Vardy is, doing well for the past couple of game weeks. So, Crystal Palace 2-2 Leicester. I personally think, Palace at home are strong. I think they can hold Leicester off, and I think there's going to be a 2-2 as well. Maybe 2-1 to Palace or 2-2. But I expect goals in this game. Especially if Leicester play with, Castagna, Soyuncu and Vestergaard as a back three. I think there's going to be goals in this game. Has there been any more news on United? Ryan, I think we're going to get some news pretty soon. It's just, I think Rockstar is going to say something here. Hoping to get some news, but I didn't. Alright. Nobody has spoken about any news, so let's just hope that no news is good news and continue with the predictions and finish them before we can go to Twitter now. Spurs versus Aston Villa. This is going to be the most difficult result to predict. Aston Villa have been really good against United, against Chelsea, and they beat Everton. I think they beat 3-0. So it was interesting. FPL Jack says, please like the stream, guys, if you haven't done already. Thank you so much for the shout out, my friend. FPL Sam says odds on FPL, but he said with the squad. Odds on FPL is sometimes doesn't give quick updates. So I'm trusting Rockstar or maybe Intelligent Football Unit on this one. 0-0. Villa to get something, says George. 1-1. Nice. I would love that, especially being an Arsenal fan, of course, but I would love if Villa get something, in this game. Spurs to bottle a 2-0 lead, says Jaditya. If Spurs get a 2-0 lead, I think they can get over the line this game, but, Kane hasn't looked his own self, although he did score in the Europa Conference League, but that doesn't count, I'd say. Lighter says 1-1, Spurs 1-0. Interesting. 2-1 to Spurs. I mean, if Spurs score, I'd totally expect Son to be involved heavily in anything what they do. Even against Arsenal in a toothless display, Son was the only one who was actually trying. All right. So in my opinion, I think it's gonna be 2-1 to Spurs. I think Spurs will eventually win this one. I think they have a way to play against these mid-table teams in which they can grind results against them because their defense is all right. Versus. West Ham versus Brentford. Alright, this is the game in which my captain Antonio plays. Harry Kane firing, Kane to kick off his campaign. 2-1 to Spurs, says Matt. If Harry Kane does well, I think Spurs are gonna, they're gonna purr again and they're gonna, start getting some results together. But other than that, I just don't see them having a good season if Kane can't get his, head right in the right place. But let's hope for the best. West Ham versus Brentford, guys. My captain is gonna play, so let's be kind. Matt says you captained Antonio, fair play. Yes, my friend. I captained Ronaldo last game week, and and I already mentioned it. I spent the entire game week sulking over a captaincy blank. I didn't want to do that again, And it is Mahatma Gandhi's birthday today, and Mahatma Gandhi always says, never captain, never back the early kickoff. And I listened to the great man, and hopefully Antonio can repay the faith. And he is the highest goal scorer in the Premier League. It's not like we're captaining a differential or anything like that. He's 45% owned. So yeah. Lighter says 2-1 West Ham. FPL Duck says 3-1 to Hammers. George says 3-1 or 4-2 West Ham. So you're expecting a lot of goals in this game, right? And I do expect Brentford to score against West Ham as well. They just have too much talent, like Mbumo and Ivan Toney, followed by Janelt and Kanos and all those guys, I think they are going to score against West Ham because their defense is not the best. I'd say 3-1 to West Ham. That would be my prediction, with Benrahma to assist all the 3 goals and Antonio to score all 3, like Antonio to get a hat-trick. That would be I'm just kidding, but 3-1 would be my prediction. Ryan says 1-1, I reckon. Matt says Antonio could be one of the best captains this week, ignoring the price he's already up there. Matt, that is exactly what I said. When I was talking about my captaincy, I said we would feel much more confident captaining Antonio if he was like 10 million. The reason he is 7 million, we just, we have a habit. I don't know, it's human tendency. Sometimes we go to a shop and somebody shows us like this stuff is for $5 and this one is for 25, and automatically our mind kind of is programmed to think that the $25 thing is supposed to be better. Maybe we're just living in this new capitalistic world in which everything is valued by money, but sometimes I'd say there's value in the cheap, not cheap, there's just valuable things in the world as well. No, not getting too philosophical. And let's move on to the last game of the game week. What do you reckon, guys? City played away to Chelsea, beat Chelsea with 59% possession. What do you think is going to happen in this game against Liverpool? Very interesting to know your responses. I would love to see what you think about this game. And by the way, I'm going to post my Discord link here, guys. I would really, really urge you to join the Discord, and we're gonna have some nice voice chats over there. I promise there's all pleasant and happy people in there. So if you can, do join our Discord. That is just, I want to say, let me post my link here if I can. Anyways, let's see your predictions. 1-0 to Liverpool, says George. Of course, you're a Liverpool fan, so I get that. FPL Jack says my armband is on Antonio as well. Nice. Lightra says 2-1 to Liverpool. 1-0 to City, says FPL Jack. Interesting. Jaditya says 1-1. Manchester City 1-1. Best attack versus best defense. Liverpool 3-1, says FPL Sam. Nice. Interesting. I'd say, I'm expecting a scoring draw in this one. I tend to agree with Jaditya and Todd. 1-1 seems to be like a decent scoreline for this one, right? The reason why I say this is because Chelsea are not a good attacking team at the moment. They are a good team, they're a good unit, but they are not a good attacking team at this moment. But Liverpool, on the other hand, Salah's been on fire in the Premier League as well as, in the Champions League. So I'd say it is possible that Liverpool going to score against City. 3-1 Man City, says FPL Sam. Interesting. How a capitalist mindset interferes with decision making in FPL. Interesting take. Yeah, Matt, the thing is, I was not specifically mentioning a capitalistic mindset. It means that, for example, we go to a shop and we go to buy something, right? A shopkeeper shows us something which is like, this is $5 and this is $25. You will not ask him, why is this $25? What is the actual difference between like, let us assume I go to buy, maybe a toy for my son, or something, maybe a scented candle, whatever, I don't know, and he shows you these two exactly same thing. One is packed in a beautiful wrapping and with all the frills and bells and whistles, and one is simply just lying there outside and not looking so tidy, and he says this is $5 and the other one's 25. It automatically makes you think, all right, this is nicely packed, and it is expensive as well. Maybe it has a better scent. That is the way your mind kind of interprets things. I assume that is because there is no reason for us to underestimate the highest goal scorer in the Premier League, but we do. We just want to go for the 12.6 million. Jord Lyle says paracetamol is the perfect example. Same exact thing, different brand. Exactly. For example, somebody gives you a generic medicine and you're like, what is this you're giving me? But then somebody else comes in and gives you a branded paracetamol as in a Crocin or something like that, and everybody just wants to go for that. So Goal Ronaldo, assist Shaw into 3. hopefully, my friend. Lighter says team news in 7 minutes. Matt says, I know what you meant. If Antonio was priced again now in FPL based on this season's form, he would be 10 million. I still don't think he would be 10 million, Matt. I think he would be 8 million. You know, I think the FPL people let their prices be influenced by the stature of the player, not as in how good the player is, but how socially, popular the player is. For example, Ronaldo had no reason to be 12.5 million. I would have been happy if he was 11 million. Why is Lukaku 11.5 million and why is Ronaldo 12.5 million? Lukaku was the highest goal scorer in the Serie A. He won the league. Juventus did not even qualify for the Champions League. They did, but you know what you mean. They barely came fourth, and Ronaldo played for that team. And why is he like 12.5 million and Ronaldo 11.5? I think the FPL people are a little bit biased when it comes to their price. Giving prices to players. I just personally think that, I've tweeted them a couple of times as well about I think the fan teams prices are much better as compared to what is Football Intelligence Unit trying to say. Guys, come on, please don't give me any shocks at the moment. The rumors are correct. Ronaldo is benched. What are you talking about? The rumors are correct. So what is the rumor? Is he on penalties or is he benched? He says the rumors are correct, followed by a Portugal flag. What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? Does that mean that Ronaldo's on penalties or is he benched? Lighter says Ronaldo scored more than Lukaku. But I agree they should both be around 11 million. 11 million or even 11.5, I would be happy with that. Ronaldo is 36, and I just think that even Kevin De Bruyne, I think, was 12.5 was a bit much for Kevin De Bruyne. Same for Robertson. What did he do last season? Or, even Virgil van Dijk, he didn't even play the last season. They're just based on stature or based on the fans. Even, for example, Liverpool has a big fan base, United has a big fan base. They'll get on their backs if they undervalue a player. That is the reason, I think. For example, Kai Havertz, he's such an amazing player, but he's like 8.5 million. They could easily price him at 9.5 and nobody would bat an eyelid. I don't know. Let's see what happens. They're saying Pogba is benched as well. Definitely looking like Everton will get something if true. Yeah, guys, I'm just gonna stay with you for 3 more minutes and let's just wait for the team news. And I'm gonna give you the team news and then I'm gonna go. But the rumors are correct. Bernardo Silva starts. What? Do they have? What do you mean Bernardo Silva starts? No. Come on. People are just replying on Twitter. I don't know. Armchair warriors, I'd say. Jesse Lingard is with the squad this morning. Just give us the team news for God's sake and let us be. Guys, meanwhile, while we wait for the team news, I'll give you the address for the Discord and please do join it. I'd love to have you there, and while you type and I speak on the deadline stream, I would much more enjoy, and I'd feel much better if we actually had a dialogue. If I could hear the voice behind these keys, or behind these typed messages, it would be much better. And I promise, and I'm going to increase my volumes of voice chatting sessions. I think that's gonna be more fun. So do join this Discord and be a part of our beautiful FPL server, and just have more pleasant people to talk about FPL. Twitter is a very toxic place. Our server is not. I'm just going to... Great start. Captain Bench says FPL Sum. So you actually believe that? I'm just waiting 1 minute to go for the team news, guys. The big explosion is about to happen. Welp. My days. Come on, let's see what happens here. Shaw starts, says FPL Jugs. Weird that nothing has come out. If Ronaldo was benched, you'd have assumed someone would have broken the news by now. Shaw and Greenwood. Trust me, Pogba is not starting. People are just, they're just rumors. Let's see what happens here. I'm on Twitter, by the way, guys. I'll give you the team news as soon as it is out. As soon as the clock hits 4 here, I'll give you the team news. Sorry if I'm not answering your messages. Ole will lose his job if he benches everyone and Manchester United get a bad result. Totally. I mean, Ole is almost on the brink, but he got that result against in the Champions League. Ronaldo saved his. They didn't play well against Villarreal. All right, it's 4 o'clock. There you go. We have the team news. All right. So, for real, Ronaldo is benched, guys. What? Luke Shaw starts, by the way. Luke Shaw starts, by the way. Anthony Martial is starting. Cavani is starting. Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes is starting. Fred, McTominay, Varane. What, is this real? Ronaldo benched? Guys, what the hell is going on here? Ronaldo has been benched, guys. My days. Here goes the game week. 12.5 million bloke, and he's benched. Here's the team news for you guys. I posted it in the chat. Just have a look. Just have a look at what they're doing. Pogba and Ronaldo benched. It's true. You're right, George. They have been both benched. I don't know. Pogba is playing well. I don't know. He actually benched Pogba. Antonio Captain looks amazing, says George. I hope for the best, George. But thank you so much. I really hope it works out. But for anybody who captained Ronaldo, there was no smoke, nothing of the sort to give us the indication that Ronaldo's going to be benched. He scored the late winner against Villarreal, for God's sake, and they benched him. I mean, I don't know what's Ole thinking. Maybe he just he thinks that the entire team is trying to pass to Ronaldo, or maybe it hampers the balance of the team. But if that's the case, then it's gonna be a big problem for Ole. I don't know. Martial has been terrible. Yeah, Martial hasn't been in good form. Totally agree. Twitter is gonna blow up now like crazy. Everybody's, oh my god. People who own Greenwood are gonna be very happy, because I think Greenwood can have a lot of influence in this team, because I think Greenwood's development was being hampered by Ronaldo, so Greenwood can have a lot of impact in this game if you have Lighter says, does Ronaldo have a knock or something? I don't know, my friend. Let's Talk FPL got the late news rumors that Ronaldo was benched, so took him out. Where was the rumors? There were no rumors on Twitter, my friend. I follow all the journalists. Maybe somebody gave him a DM or something, like sent him a personal message, but I honestly did not think that this would happen. I did not get any news as well. Well, anyways, guys, this is crazy. I mean, I just thankfully went with my gut with the captain. I don't know. I just wanted to go with Antonio. Hopefully, it's gonna work out. Not even sure if Antonio's gonna do much against Brentford, but at least he's gonna start. Is Ronaldo missing out, guys? Please accept my commiserations, because I never expected that. If somebody would have told me that this is gonna happen, if that's true, Let's Talk FPL is a big cheat. I don't think so, George. I think somebody just might have given him a heads up, or somebody might have given him a rumor. It all depends on you whether you want to believe the rumors or not. There were rumors on Twitter, but not from the reliable journalists. So it all depends upon whether you want to listen to the rumors or just go with your own gut. So I'd say. He got a DM, he says. See, exactly, that's... FPL Sam says wildcard active now. Can't believe it. Ole is sticking his neck out. Let's hope for the best. I mean, if Ole is putting his foot down and He's putting his job on the line here with such decisions. I mean, it's a strong team to beat Everton. Let's see who starts for Everton, by the way. Ben Godfrey on right back, Yerry Mina, Keane, Dean, Luca Dean. Gordon starts. That is interesting. In midfield, Allen, Doucouré, Townsend, Demarai Gray, and Rondon. So, yeah, I mean, no Richarlison, no Calvert-Lewin. Who's on the bench? Holgate. There's nobody on the bench who can actually come in and change this, change the dynamic of the team. And they've not got a very strong team, Everton here. Demarai Gray, Rondon, Doucouré, Allen, Gordon, Townsend. I mean, they're attacking. It seems hard to see where the goals are going to come from in this team. But let's hope for the best. Let's see what happens here, guys. Gandhi got no chill, he says. Well, it's his happy birthday today, so hope wherever he is, he rests in peace. The great man. But anybody who listened to the rumors and took a punt, it could go both ways, guys. Can't rule out a goal down at halftime. Ronaldo comes on and embraces. Have faith. He plays 30 minutes at least, says late riser. Alright, anyways, guys. So this was it. From me on this deadline. So it's been a long one. I thought it's gonna be a short one. I'm just gonna do the stream today and come and rest. But I guess these rumors and all these predictions just kept me going. But it has been an enjoyable 1.5 hours with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the. I think we're gonna do a stream after the game week is over, and then obviously the next deadline stream before game week 8. And if I'm on a wildcard, by the way, I'm gonna update you intermittently about my transfers. I'm going to post them regularly on Twitter as well as YouTube, so that you can catch the price rises and stuff. So that is all from me for today's deadline stream. Thank you everybody for joining me, and thank you all for your wonderful support. I would see you very soon. I hope you all have a great game week. Do not sulk. I sulked the last weekend, and it's not good for your mental health. Don't worry what happens in the end. It's a 38 game week season, and one game week cannot make or break it, guys. So heads up, and we're gonna go again in game week 8. Till then, guys, take care of yourselves. May the hours be green. Bye bye. Take care.